So the technology that I've chosen to do today is Google. So this is a technology that we use pretty much every day. However, most of us were never actually taught how to use Google search properly, and therefore most of us don't actually show our kids how to use Google search properly. So what I'm looking at today is how we use it. When it comes to Google, it's something that we can all access from just about any device. It is free and it can be used across the board in any kind of class. So these are skills that we're looking at that can automatically begin to make our students better at information literacy, helping them to find better sources and helping them to use Google and use the internet in a more efficient manner as they try to navigate the wealth of information that's online. So I've got 7 different techniques that will help to narrow down their searches into what they are looking for. So the very first one is using quotation marks. So putting quotation marks around a search term will limit it just to the terms together. So it will get rid of all of the searches that are just for paper or just for dolls. And so when we search paper dolls, it comes up with a whole bunch of, well, ads and things like that on videos. But it also comes up with a bunch of different things. But it's searching for just paper dolls as compared to paper and dolls. So while we still have over 10 million results, it is less than if we were to get rid of our search terms and then we come up with 194 million results as compared to 10 million results. So it really narrows it down as to what we are searching for. Looking for exact terms. I also use this one when I'm putting in information from students, things like sentences that just don't sound like they wrote them. The next one is a dash. So a dash will exclude something from it. So if I'm looking up Blue Jays, but I don't want the baseball team, I could put a dash and then put baseball, and it will cut out all of the ones that say baseball in them. So if I go Blue Jay dash baseball, now I'm getting the birds as compared to the baseball team. And it did fix my search there too. As compared to if I just type in Blue Jays, we can see that the first one is that, and then we get all of the baseball right after. So if I know I don't want the baseball, get rid of the baseball using a dash. The next one is I think it's called tilde, the squiggly line. And so we use it for synonyms. If I'm looking for music, classes, I'm going to use the squiggly line and then put classes in. And it's going to bring up not only classes, but things like lessons, coaching, everything that could be with classes. So it's bringing up what are the ones near me. It's giving me examples. We do not offer music classes at my school, but you can see all of the music classes, courses, classes, and whatnot online, music lessons, and that will give you all of the synonyms for classes. The next one is to look via a specific site. So if I'm looking for maybe the Iranian hostage crisis, but I want to find it all on what comes from a source I already know is reasonable, would be the Canadian Encyclopedia. See what we have to say about the Canadians in the Iranian hostage crisis. If there's anything, I can bring it up. And then it brings up the specific ones that are there. So Persian Gulf War, politics in Canada, and Ken Taylor are our top results, which shows what I was looking for. So brings up whatever I'm looking for on a specific site. You can do this as well with sites from different countries. I believe if I just put in the country code, I should be able to find out anything from IR, which would be Iran. And so this is the Iranians and their side of the story, which would be a good thing to do because looking at this, I could find their side of the story, and their side of the story seems very different already, with Iranians have every right to storm the U.S. Assembly. My next big one is to use 2 periods for date ranges. So I'm looking for science fiction books. This is a bit broad. If I want it to be from the year 2000 to the year 2002, I can hit 2 periods and it will bring up a list of books from that time period. Um, again, right, 2011, this is your top picks. It's bringing those results from within that time period range as compared to all of them from before or after. My next one is adding a location. So when students are searching for things, if they're looking for things in specific areas, adding a location and news about that location would be the best. So if I'm looking up, say, Queen Elizabeth, but I only want to know stories about her in Canada, I can go location and then add in Canada. And this should bring me up all of the information about her in Canada. So her residence is in Canada, Rideau Hall, her website. It also brings in, again, times in Toronto, royal family in Canada, all of these, rather than getting all of the results for Queen Elizabeth if I'm just searching for her. The last one is looking for specific file types. So say I'm looking for, again, Queen Elizabeth. But I only want PowerPoints on her. I could add a .ppt and it will bring up just PowerPoints about her. These, again, are probably going to be questionable sources for the most part because oftentimes the PowerPoints that people put up are from schools and they're often ones that students create, or teachers. Which sometimes are good, sometimes are not. But right, so we can look for that. We can look for a PDF of Queen Elizabeth and find all of those, and it narrows our search results massively as compared to if we just searched Queen Elizabeth, you get 900 million results as compared to 900,000, which is much easier to navigate and decide which are better. So these different techniques can be used in any classroom. They can be used in any subject matter to help students to narrow down their search terms and find better terms and find better ways of using Google to find the information they want and really narrow down that search in terms of organizing their information. If a teacher would like to go further with this than just these, there's also Google actually puts out lesson plans themselves and challenges, so you can go through the lesson plans with your class, and then a challenge a day where they have students finding these different things based on questions that they need to look up. If you type in this question, it's not going to show you what you want. So what you need to do is figure out what the search terms are and then narrow it down in order to get what you want. And that's challenges that they can do for students on a regular basis to Google better. And yeah, that's about it. Using Google efficiently and effectively is probably one of the strongest skills that students can learn in terms of information literacy. Finding proper sources and good information is much easier when Google is bringing you things that you actually can use and you're not having to navigate between 900 million sources. Not that anybody does that, but you'll get better things on your front page than if you don't use the search terms properly.